American Bitcoin market update. It's Thursday, November 26, 2020. It's Crypto Jack coming to you live today from deep inside the crypto trenches, where we've seen a 20% rout in the first major correction in BTC's November rally. Of course, to discuss all this and more, I'm joined today by senior analyst Alexander Pearson. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, and to our international viewers. That's Turkey Day here in America.
Grand Turkey Day. Today we celebrate the oversized North American turkey. I hope you guys picked out a big bird for your holiday table this week. If you, of course, are one of our fellow American patriots. Defying the lockdown orders. Hope Grandma will remain okay this holiday season. Of course, today we're going to be diving into this big market rout, as you see in front of you, dear audience. We're looking at crypto bubbles, and you see red, deep red across the board. We've got most of these bubbles are currently in the down about 20 or more %. So it's looking pretty ugly out there in alt land. I hope nobody FOMO'd into any of these late alt longs, but today might be a brilliant buying opportunity. I know I have a limit long, well, not limit, I marketed into a long order on ByBit earlier today. Hopefully that plays out nicely. Maybe we'll check in on that trade during the course of the show. Moving along though, I will be shouting out everybody in the live chat. Thank you everybody who joined. I will be looking at very shortly. Hopefully our audio levels are good. Hopefully everybody can hear Alex good. Let us know if there's any issues on the audio front. Beyond that, of course, this being the kind of the Thanksgiving long weekend, as we've kind of touched on already. Alex, unfortunately, may not be able to be here for the full duration of the show, so we're going to be mindful of Alex's time and maybe even the audience's time.
Sure.
I'm sure a good number of us are also preparing to sit down and enjoy Thanksgiving. I do believe Thanksgiving starts kind of today for many Americans.
If I get called to throw a turkey in the oven or something like that, I got to make myself present for that sort of thing, So, so I may abruptly disappear and turn stuff over to Jack for half a second or so. But it's not like the turkey is going to be ready during the show or anything like that. So we should be good for the majority of our usual runtime.
All right, cool. With that said, guys, we might very well keep it kind of casual today. We may not, dump too many requests on Alex today. The man does run marathons on most streams, so maybe we'll let him relax a little bit on a Thanksgiving holiday. But with that said, before we segue into the charts and start doing the analysis and get Alex's latest thoughts on what's going on, I'm going to quickly scoot over to live chat and say hello to everyone. Stand by while I quickly switch scenes. Let's take a look here. All right, got Alex's chart on the screen. Everybody over while I quickly. Right, how's everybody doing? I hope they're doing well. Be sure to leave your comments and your thumbs up. Don't forget, we do need those thumbs up on this video. So if you're watching right now, you're going to be enjoying today's content. Don't hold back, hit that like button. Longbeard was here early in the chat saying happy Thanksgiving. Hope everyone's doing better than crypto. Yet indeed, I think a lot of people were prepared for this pullback though, so I'm sure it didn't catch too many people off guard. Azriel says, where is the dump going to end? 14K, I guess, huh? Yeah, we're going to do a little TA and analyze where the elevator might stop on this one. Ron Legato is in the live chat saying hello. Mr. Ether, of course, is here. Sup, everyone. Be thankful for the sale we are seeing.
Mr. Ether always looking out for us. What's up, man?
Yeah, Mr. Ether indeed deserves a gold star around here. Much love to Mr. Ether this Thanksgiving. Blessings to you and yours, Mr. Ether. Thank you for being a member, and I hope all is well with you today. Hope you have a solid turkey roasting in the oven as we speak, and indeed thankful for the sale we are seeing. So this is a buying opportunity I hope you guys are prepared. Mr. Ether also says we needed this one on the weekly. I thought it would happen above 20k. Yep, we did need a weekly pullback. We might very well look at the weekly chart and see where this 20% correction puts us on there. Azriel, anyone else use hash ribbons? A buy just popped up today. So according to Azriel, the hash ribbons indicator is flashing buy. I feel better and better about my market entry I went into. Next, Ron Legato. I have a few bucks burning a hole in my pocket. Well, we know what to do with that money, Mr. Legato. Buy those dips.
Well, right now, I would long this spot as a scalp. That's definitely this spot right here is looking very nice.
Mighty
right under
juicy.
17k.
Sebasto says I bought XRP yesterday right before it crashed. Worst timing ever. Woo boy. My condolences to your XRP bags. F in the chat for Sebasto's XRP position. With any luck, we'll be bouncing, and you'll be back in the green in no time, Mr. Sebasto. Mr. Ether says, if there's anything you were wishing you had bought last week, now isn't a bad time. Yeah, I mean, if you were just yesterday or the day before, or Monday, you woke up and you're like, why did I not buy when I had the opportunity? Well, that opportunity is now upon you. Don't sleep on it, guys. Not financial advice, of course, says Mr. Ether. Indeed, not financial advice. Just because you see a 20% dip, maybe this isn't the ideal buying opportunity, but again, this is all in store for us to be discovered during the incoming analysis. Texas Blues, happy Thanksgiving, Justin and the whole CC family. We're grateful for this community. Yes, indeed, we all are. Thank you, Texas Blues. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. Topher Dowling sold a boatload of alts past few days. Now where to go? Question mark. Topher, we will certainly look at alts and see if it's a good time to dive back in or to stand aside. I see Alex, of course, is in the live chat. Ron Legato, shorting XRP, the Stream Elements bot. Agency is in here. Mr. Scooter, how are you? Nate Senior, Bitcoin's going to zero. You heard it here first, zero. So Nate Senior kind of joking around saying BTC to zero. I'm sure every red candle, we have some people out there who that thought probably flashes to their head. Moonshine Fuel concurs. Yep, we're going to zero. Jonah loves the show, says blood in the streets, so much blood. Bye. Hope everybody everywhere well and safe. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. Lots of well wishes in the chat today. It's wonderful to have such a blessed with such a wonderful community. Skoke Cat says audio is perfect. Mr. Ether, if you're bullish, type 1. If you're bearish, type 2. Yep, if you're 1, let's see how many 1s and 2s we have in the chat. We got a Nate Senior bearish, Agency bullish. Nate Senior says he's bearish times 10. Let's see here, don't get wrecked. Let's see here. We're almost at the end, guys, and we'll be moving right into Alex's analysis. Lots of comments today, so it's fun to have everybody here.
Yeah, for real, man.
Things are buzzing today. Go figure. Big 20% red candle,
Yeah.
and everybody flocks back into YouTube trying to get answers what to do next. One Southside Playa says, where is Batman when you need him? Indeed, we need Batman to save the alt bag holders of Gotham tonight because things are gonna get ugly. Agency says don't dox me, bro. Sorry, bud. Andrew says spinach too. Not sure. Oh yeah. Okay. French onion soup on the table and some spinach. Wonderful. Southside Play says most people saying buy are not really buying. They're waiting to buy, so they scream for others to buy to see if it's safe. All right, interesting. Meta-analysis there. Andrew, if you're drinking soda, you're type 2 diabetes. Yes, guys.
Oh my gosh. Can we go to the charts?
Indeed. And Nate Senior, 1K Hyperwave is the last comment. Guys, we're caught up. Thank you to everybody here with us today. Alex, sorry to keep you waiting. The screen and the stream is now yours.
All right. So, guys, the big news is we're below the baseline. Finally, we have not been below the baseline since September. We first crossed below it in August. We spent most of that time below there, and then since then it's been a bull run, and now we are back below it. So we have a major break of the parabolic trend here. We are below the baseline. We have finally crossed under on the 3-day. And like I know it's a couple days from closing, but there's just no way in hell we're not. There's just no way in hell in 3 days' time we're going to be up here. It's just not happening. So that's it for this big long run. For now, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we pull back here to like 14 or 13K, and then we take off again, and you make a 100K high. I'm not suggesting we're going to make a big low here on Bitcoin, but the long until you're wrong method is no longer going to work for us, especially because, as those who've been here for a long time with us at CC knows, when you're below the baseline, that's when you start looking for places to hedge up and, or sell into USD and just get flat and hold on tight for until Bitcoin gets back above the baseline. So I have here drawn out a trading range. What I'm expecting to happen, sort of in the near term, is for Bitcoin to recover from being kind of oversold in this spot. We dumped a lot of volume down here into 16.5. As you can see, we've wicked into here once, wicked into here twice, and recovered back over support at 16.6. So we'll look at that on lower time frames here. See, we kind of get shorters to come in one more time because it's not a wick like here. So people have time to hop into shorts thinking, oh yeah, we're going. And then we recover back into the previous trading range. So I'm scalp long in this spot. I'm probably taking it up to thinking basically back up into the previous trading range, which is right up here. We're going to take it to 18K and then take profit and see what happens. Maybe we retest 19K from below. It seems a little unlikely, but I mean, that is the current trading range. It's kind of like from 18.9 here all the way down to 17.3. You can see we established it back last week. So ultimately, I think what's most likely to happen is we don't immediately go to hell here. We're probably going to recover into this trading range and distribute. So sellers, there's a lot of profit taking that needs to be done in this area. So we'll most likely range here into December, I would imagine, before Bitcoin historically doesn't do well in December and January times. Like maybe the lead up into December, but I mean, in 2017, the breakdown happened. If you look at the charts and stuff, you'll see, generally speaking, the winter is, it's a winter for Bitcoin too. So you can see here on VPVR, there's some point of controls that are slowly starting to form in this spot. And we're looking for some trading sideways here on Bitcoin. Things are a little different on alts than they are on Bitcoin. So looking over Bitcoin dominance, we had a pretty big day. We found some support here at 61 to 2/3%. But we have a lot of resistance above us in this spot. This is more people getting dumped into Bitcoin as they get stopped at their alt trades. That's more along the lines of what we're seeing here in this rise of Bitcoin dominance. Like Bitcoin fell really hard and alts fell even harder because they got dumped into Bitcoin. So I would say we're finding some support here on 3-day baseline too. We'll most likely move up a little bit, but I expect this downtrend to continue. Let's take a look at the weekly here. This is a really big FU candle on a weekly because we spent most of the week above resistance and then we closed back below it right afterward. So right now we've dumped into this spot, but I do expect this downtrend to continue just a little bit on Bitcoin. Now that can mean two things. So Bitcoin and alts can both dump at the same time, which would mean just like exit the markets, just get into USDT for right now, or USD. We saw that happen sometimes during the bear market. I kind of don't think it's going to happen that way, but it could. I mean, it's one way it could work out. Another way it could work out is that while Bitcoin ranges sideways, alts will have probably a mini alt season. I don't think we're going to have like a full winter-long alt season like we had a summer-long alt season. But, when Bitcoin trades sideways, that's the time that alts can make their moves against Bitcoin. And alts, low caps, mid caps, a lot of different altcoins are really oversold against Bitcoin right now because of Bitcoin's really massive run. Let's take a look at that. So let's look at Ethereum first. So, if this weekly candle closes like this, it's not great for Ethereum. That's one of those haha, I tricked you weekly candles. We could get some support in this spot. This is exactly where we would get it. There's still plenty of days in the week for the candle to recover and for us to get some continuation here on Ethereum Bitcoin. There we go. This is a linear pattern, not a log pattern. This wick up into the point of control does not make me feel very good about this. This is how the pattern would complete. Okay, so if we measure this out, that is not a price measurement tool. One second. So we measure this out, guys. Boom. Boom. Let's clone this. So we didn't have quite a full completion here, but I would consider this a completed pattern. So if you do the measured move right here, we got most of that trade. So if we broke down here and continued further, I wouldn't consider this a busted pattern, especially because if you think about it, we have so much resistance above us that wicking into this and making it kind of like a weekly baseline bounce trade kind of makes a sad sort of sense here. Let's look at Ethereum, USD. Yesterday in chat, I had mentioned that I really wanted to see a retest of either the previous high or $500. And we got that in this spot. This has the potential to be a decent bounce trade. So let's look at the trend in this spot. Please get out of my way. So it's parabolic, so we have a couple different trends to look at. This first initial trend. I have this trend right here. So essentially, if we can make it back over this trend line by the end of today, we'll be back over the baseline, we'll be over the trend line, and it'll be a really nice bounce trade. Probably take it up to 566, maybe 600, possibly even a continuation onwards. I just with Ethereum Bitcoin looking the way it is, I would hate to speculate on a moon mission for Ethereum at this time, especially with Bitcoin looking so rough and this being a USD pairing right here. Let's look at the weekly on this. Right now, we're still in the realm of retest continuation. But if we could get a rough weekly close here where we print this bearish divergence. And if we do get that weekly close, we could end up breaking down below the support. We'll be below the baseline. And at that point, we'd be looking probably to pick it back up around $250, I would imagine, because this is not going to hold again. So, we did not get the breakdown from here. like I had originally imagined when I drew this out of my chart so many months ago. But we could still end up back in this area. So that's something to really keep our eyes on, I think, here. Actually, let me get rid of that big line because I'm going to think that's a trend line when I look at it later, and it's just meant to draw out the bearish divergence. Oof. Okay. Right now, for alt perp, we had that really parabolic move for XRP and the other major alts, Litecoin, et cetera, off of their Bitcoin bottoms, their Bitcoin pairing bottoms. And currently, we're retesting the previous highs as support. I like this for a bounce trade. As you can see, we're also retesting the baseline in this spot. Let's look down on the hourly. It's basically like Bitcoin, where we, bam, into liquidity once more, 3 times. See if we can get a movement upwards off of this spot. A couple different trends here. This trend, this slightly, there we go. That trend right there. And of course, there was this original downtrend. Probably I would use this ultimately. If this broke, I would use this for my target. And then see where we're at. Mid perp, we are retesting the high of sort of the February March high before we before we all descended into hell in March. So this weekly, super ugly fake out weekly candle. But we don't necessarily have to close this. Right now we've returned back into this just distribution trading range. Well, accumulation or distribution trading range. Not really sure yet. Really, the next couple of days are going to determine which way to go for mid caps. But we could see that bounce here. This is a good place to bounce from. As you can see, resistance, 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 support, question mark. We'll see. This does not look good. This really looks like a wick up into resistance. It's a possibility that we could find support over here in the 900s on the shit perp index. But most likely, we're going to see this to continue to pull back towards the point of control in this area. Because the USD value of these shit coins is almost entirely made up of Bitcoin value. So, yeah. It's really going to depend on how the next few days play out on this weekly candle. Because, the weekly does not have to end like this. We could move a lot in the next 3 days with Bitcoin here. Because we are still bouncing off of, we haven't made a full bounce yet, but we're still testing this bottom as support right here, roughly around 16.7. Do or die week for the Dixie continues as we retest Dixie's multi-year lows. Hadn't been this bad for us since 2018. Currently, we are finding resistance above us, which is not a great sign. But we're still not going to know for a couple days, I don't think, unless there's a significant movement. If the Dixie starts to break down, that's really good for alts. It's good for speculation. We'll probably see the stock markets melt up for a few weeks while that happens. It's entirely plausible at this point. We've got the Nasdaq breaking out of its probably however you want to draw it. It's breaking out of this symmetrical triangle pattern that it's been in for several months. We've got a nice bottom above zero with a bullish divergence here on time transformation. So this is a good sign for the Nasdaq. Tech stocks have been kind of under the weather ever since the vaccine news came out, but people are kind of forgetting about it. Let's take a look at the Dow. Dow Jones, down day, trading at resistance still. It hasn't made much headway since that initial big push up on the vaccine news in early November, right after the election. We're basically trading at the same price we were that day right now. So it's not super bullish, but we're not down yet. The weekly is trading sideways. 3 weeks. What's the S&P look like? S&P looks a little more bullish. This looks ready to make new highs. We've had a slightly down day, but it's not really anything to write home about. Getting a nice bottom above zero here. Time transformation. It's always a good sign. However you want to draw this. Most likely getting our bounce off of this area. And before I do Forex, why don't we want to do some chart requests or talk to the people? What do you think, Jack?
Yep, I think it's a good opportunity to do that now. Well done on the Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the majors analysis. Much thanks to Alex.
Thanks. I wrote up a big market analysis for our members this morning, and it kind of helped me get my thoughts in order about everything that's going on right now.
Indeed. I think your analysis here certainly reflected this morning's analysis for the premium members. Gonna quickly scroll through the live chat, see what I missed. There's a lot here, boys. Let me see if I can get to it all. Nate Sr. referring to the 1K hyperwave. Yes, we need the hyperwave pattern to complete, and that might require a round trip down to $1,000 Bitcoin. We'll wait to see, though. Han John says, could we see the high and low in the same week? Yeah, I think Alex just kind of touched on that in his analysis.
No, I think he meant like where we would have the low in the same week, and this is as low as Bitcoin goes. I don't know about that.
I'm not so sure either, but this could be one gnarly, like maybe Darth Maul weekly candle in the making. Crypto Caveman turning in late. What's up, guys? Welcome to the bloodbath. You know what, man? I have lived through multiple crypto bloodbaths. Somehow a 20% correction just doesn't faze me anymore. Mr. Ether, I can't buy. I'm all in already. Ooh, Mr. Ether. Yeah. Moonshine Fuel says, needed this. This is healthy. The sooner the pullback, the better. Yeah, I think a lot of people are waiting for this pullback, and I think there's probably a lot of relief that's probably going to filter into the market today, seeing the dip kind of come in and knowing, the new all-time high train hasn't left the station yet. Mr. Ether, 21-day EMA, BTC, Moonshine Fuel. If I went to 25K before the pullback, the drop would have been enormous indeed. Although that's kind of what I was counting on. My thesis took us to about 25K before maybe a 40-50% pullback. One Southside player concurs. Andrew Muntz is in the live chat. Let's see here. Mr. Cognito Ergo Zoom says Slimeball Mnuchin would do this damnedest to destroy the economy so the GOP can blame the Dems. It's a sick cycle. I'm sure you'd probably find Alex greatly in agreement with that. Boris Bitcoin, glad I hedged up at 18.8K. Boris, I wish I hedged up at 18K.
Nice, Boris.
Well done, Boris. Andrew Munz, we'll see what happens in the wash.
I think everybody is still going to have an opportunity to hedge up near 18K. I mean, this long that we're taking up to that area is, it's proof positive that I think we're going to be up there. So, all the rest of you are thinking jealously of Boris's awesome position. You may have the opportunity to reproduce it yourself.
Indeed. Nothing is guaranteed in this. And Andrew Muntz says he kind of disagrees with a bit of Alex's take on this market. He thinks the dump was a buy to covers. The dump was to buy covers, in my opinion. This thing is going to keep smashing up in the next 3 weeks, according to Andrew. So his next target is 24.8. So Andrew Muntz politely disagrees. His thesis is to smash through to the new all-time highs in the next 3 weeks. Nate Sr., Bitcoin is the leader. Buy stocks. Andrew Muntz will be in $1 trillion market cap by the end of this next week. Very bullish. Mr. Ether, tell us what you two are thankful for. Oh, might have to do a little thankful roundtable. Camilo Bentancur Acosta, Link, please. Yeah, we're going to be covering Link. We'll do a couple of your requests, guys. How likely do you think this is going to turn into a crypto winter gain? Says Crypto Caveman. What would invalidate the daily uptrend according to your system, Alex? Asks Crypto Caveman.
The daily uptrend is already validated, guys. We're below the baseline. Uptrend over.
Where would the CC team hedge up again? Well, I think Alex kind of said it, that there will be potentially another opportunity to hedge in the 18Ks. We might very well test it again from below. Agency, the GOP is a little late to the party. Looks like the Dems just spent the last 8 months doing exactly that. We're going to get the bounce.
We just broke this huge 3-day trend line. Trend over for now.
Looks like we're getting the bounce here, boys. Says Agency. Volatility can be your friend. Yes, it can. All right. Okay, Alex, I'm gonna throw you a few requests, and then we'll kind of move along, and then we might shorten the show again, guys. We have to be sensitive for time here. Alex may have to bail at short notice. There is Thanksgiving afoot, and here we go. Okay, I think we've got that. Alex, maybe we'll start with Link. I do see Mr. Camilo here asking for Link.
I was looking at Link earlier. I have some thoughts on Link. Where are you? It's like, oh my God, get out. Get out of Link. That is my current thoughts on Link. So we have, depending on how you want to draw it, we've got a nice linear trend here that, if we draw it really close, we're essentially under, we bounced off of, and now we're back under support, turned resistance, almost support, nope, resistance. The weekly candle, even uglier. Let's look at that. Gosh. Weekly saying kiss it goodbye. I would expect at least a fall back into the $8 range, if not a retest of $5 on Link. I'm not joking. Although I do see a little bit of support here around $6. Here, put a little rectangle here at $6. But really, we want to pick it back up at $5, maybe even $4.50. I want it retesting all the way down here on the weekly. So we could still trade sideways up into this area. You don't necessarily need to rush into a short this minute. But if you put on a low leverage short on Link in this spot, man, I think you're Gucci. For real. Link Bitcoin. Broke back under this support turned resistance that I was telling you guys about. I keep pointing this area out to you. How, we're of it. We get this fake out wick a couple days ago. Now we're back here. I don't have the baseline out right now. No. Now we've crossed below the baseline. We've got a sell signal. So at the end of the valid short signal. I don't have a volatility thing out, but I think if we looked at it, we'd find out things are pretty volatile right now. Weekly looks even worse right here. Until don't know. What's this trend right here? Let me take a look at this. Oh yeah, so if we break below this trend right here, then we're definitely going to end up, needing to reaccumulate down here. There's plenty of different support levels that we need to retest that remain completely untested since this long run. So yeah, I think things look really rough for Link, and a lot of the coins right now actually. I think there are some really interesting. Gosh, let me turn off this baseline. There's some really interesting alt plays still on the table, but the ones that already had their alt season, I would be really cautious right now, especially if you don't want to lose USD value of your account. I mean, if you're just collecting Satoshis, well then it's a different story. What's next?
I do see that Agency and Mr. Ether are both kind of bearish on the Link. They don't like Link in this spot here. So we have a few in the chat. Who are slamming the Link. Camilo says thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, Alex, for the Link analysis. Gabriel says, I'm a little late. Did you analyze XLM yet? You know what, since we're talking, well, we were just talking about Link. Let's get into XLM, maybe do XRP while we're at it.
Sure. You know what? This weekly trend on Link is the better one to look at. I think this makes more sense than the daily. You can see just now we're breaking this weekly trend. We got some real support here. See, this makes a lot more sense. Weekly trend break, back under resistance, TT cross under. What more can you ask for a short signal, guys? So, that's as many edges on the market as you can ask for. XLM and XRP. That's right. Let's look at XRP. So, much like Bitcoin, I think we can expect a bounce in this spot. Right now, we're retesting this previous swing high area on Bitcoin, or on XRP Bitcoin, after a huge weekly breakout. Let's look at a different chart. Here we go. So we've got this broken parabolic trend here. And on the daily, you can see we've broken out of the downtrend. I think I'd really like to see XRP pull back a little more here against Bitcoin. But as far as the USD pairing, I expect a little bit more of... It's still kind of ugly.
Pretty ugly, eh?
Well, let me think. I mean, you have to imagine that the week is just, it's not over yet. Let's see, where's our daily baseline? Our baseline back out. Pretty overextended from the baseline. Let's get the daily trend. I think I would like to see XRP trade sideways and form an ascending triangle in this spot. So I like picking it up here. It didn't quite hit 40 cents like I had mentioned I wanted on the show. I guess this is your last chance during this trend right here. But yeah, I think this makes sense here. We're just not going to drop straight down here. We're going to trade sideways, baseline going to catch up. And then either we'll break down out of the ascending triangle or we'll break up. I don't want to suggest which way we're going to go. But as far as what price is going to do here, I think this most likely, trade sideways on high volatility. Let's take a look at XLM. So essentially what we've done on XLM is return to the top of the previous trading range. It's very similar, I think, to XLM to XRP Bitcoin. Let's take it out and let's look at them next to each other on my tiny screen.
Looking good. Just gonna clear up a little dead air. I'm sure if you appreciate, I need to get a little bit of music going. I'm gonna need to get.
I think it's a good idea.
I think I'm gonna need to get our CC access back to EpidemicSound. So I'm gonna need some royalty, copyright-free music to run in the background. I'm sure our audience would probably appreciate some of these spots filled in. But do tell.
Okay. XRP is I guess my feeling for the pairings right here is that if you're trading against Bitcoin, we might need some more trading sideways against Bitcoin before we get another huge push on these two alts. Right now, we just retested, the trading range, or at least this trading range resistance. Probably need to pull back to maybe 800, 825, kind of this spot right here. Let me extend this back out. So, went way above it. Come back down, retest it, and then see if we get a continuation. Otherwise, we may break down and retest the bottom of this trading range here. As far as XRP, well, we kind of already looked at that one. Let's close this out. We'll look at XLM USDT and get a better sense of actual profits. There we go. Sorry, I've been charting on this chart for a long time, guys. Still would like to see a break of this trend for like a confirmed bounce. But if you consider this stronger trend that's broken, which you can see has been tested once, twice, you could maybe take it in this spot, much like Bitcoin. Darn it. Turn this back off. Got really heavy resist above us, but I don't expect us to carry through here. I'd like to see us retest back down into this area right here. So this is 12 cents, 13 cents. Pick back up XLM for continuation. I think that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, we might trade up a little bit, and then I expect us to pull back down in this area, and this is the place to pick it up most likely. Yeah, I think that's the way to play XLM in this spot. This is a very nice breakout.
All right. Well, I hope that covers the request, the XLM request. I can't remember who asked that. I think it was oh, that was Gabriel. All right, Gabriel. Hopefully that covers that one. Han John says Link is doing what Bitcoin does, never used to. Okay, that's an interesting statement there. Link was once upon a time decoupled. So Link was what Bitcoin once never interesting grammar here. I love the syntax here.
Yeah, they never used to be as highly correlated as they are now.
Mm-hmm.
It happens. Alts go through different periods where they're highly correlated. They become less correlated. They do their own thing for a little while. It's a cycle.
Agency says, you guys spoil the crypto community with such high quality TA for free. Indeed, that's what we certainly enjoy doing around here. Thank you to Alex for all the solid TA you're seeing on the stream lately. Wayne Arnott says, can you take a look at ZEC USD? Zcash? I think that's Zcash, isn't it? Is that ZEC? Zec,
Okay.
yeah. Zec. Is that Zcash, or am I confusing it with?
Yeah, Zcash, yeah.
Yeah.
Big fake out candle right now. Not looking so good. What's it look like on the daily? Okay. Where you trend in this spot? I don't know. Is that? Nah, that makes the most sense. Yeah. Okay. Right now, looking at the daily and the 3-day, this is just very reminiscent of we retested resistance. We broke. We've got to wake up into it. This 3-day and the weekly do not close for another 3 days or so. I think. So 3 days should close on Saturday, and the weekly should close on Sunday. It's a little too soon to say on ZEC, but I think this is going to turn out to be to end up being like BNB and Link and them all look like in this spot where they simply retested resistance and they need to pull back more. You'll see what I mean. This chart reminds me a little bit of BNB in this spot. Except BNB's a little clearer. Yeah, guys, BNB also. Short that shit. Let's see. Let's look at the ZEC Bitcoin chart. Right now we're retesting the bottom of this trading range. Or kind of. In this area right here. We got a nice point of control in this area. We could get a continuation on ZEC. There's actually a lot of room for ZEC to move up here in his trading range. This is a good 100% move. Just back up here and in pure value against Bitcoin. I think this is probably a likelier scenario to play out rather than continued downside here on ZEC. We've already had a lot of downside against Bitcoin. I think it's much more likely that we just get a bounce in this area that we've bounced off several times before in the past. We've already wicked into the volume that's down in this area, so I don't really see us necessarily having to trade down here much more. So if that's the case, then when we look at ZEC USDT, there's another way of looking at it where we're retesting the point of control one last time as support. But we'll know that in a couple days. If we don't get lift off of this point of control, then I would get out of ZEC in this spot. I mean, I would be out of like on most of the alt charts that I've shown you guys, they don't look fantastic. There's a lot of wicks up into resistance and stuff. We did have a very long alt season this summer. So remember how after Ethereum's bull run of 2017 and early 2018, there was that second run many months later where it made a second high, and everyone's like, oh, Ethereum's going for it, alts are going for it again, and then it didn't, and then that's when Ethereum actually just, the bottom fell out of the Ethereum market. And that's what could happen to alts here again too. So we made a very parabolic high. We start to fall, it catches ourselves, start to make a new high, and then a big fuck you fake out to everybody. And then we finally go to like actual support, which is like down here. And then we go on to make new highs, or we retest lower. So these are possible eventualities. So I think you guys know I've been telling you all week that, we're kind of at resistance. Don't buy resistance. Hold on. Let's wait until we break above it. We can buy then. Don't. So I hope some of you guys availed yourself of that. I think cogent advice for this week. What's next?
Okay, awesome. Moving along. I did see. Okay, one comment here from Andrew Munns. You guys are going to be absolutely shocked at what happens next week. I'm going to be pre-congratulating the BTC holders and dip buyers right now. Have a good Thanksgiving, everyone. So Andrew Munns just checked out, but before he left, he did tell us that he's mega bullish and he's gonna say.
Okay, that's fair. I've got I've got some longs open for my scalp long that I'm going to take profit on, but I'm going to put a trailing stop on it. If we keep going, fantastic. So I hope to have all my bases covered, scalping it up to the baseline, and then finding a big short if Bitcoin stays below the baseline. And if you guys keep following the show, and we'll keep track, and we'll watch what Bitcoin does.
Cool. All right. Much love to Andrew Munns. He says he's going to go put the turkey in the oven now, and he's going to check in next week. All right, Andrew, you have yourself a great weekend. Enjoy your turkey holiday. Much love. Okay, so we have the next request here, and we got a few coming in. But guys, let's see how long have we been running, and how much time can we spare here? Alex looks like he's still with us, so we've been going for almost an hour, guys. So I will get to as many of your requests as we can. But if Alex has to dip, or we do have to wrap up, we will have to cut it off at some point. So here comes the next one. Daniel says. Can you guys look at H-bar? You know what? I haven't seen Hedera hash graph in a while. What's going on with H-bar? Let's take a look at that chart.
We're sitting in a pocket of liquidity right now. We're putting in a very interesting weekly buy signal here on the Bitcoin pairing. So this has potential. Let's go down to lower time frame to take a look. What's here? A little bit of a reaction off of this bottom, but I guess this is like a 20 or 30% move. We're so oversold at this level, but it's still not necessarily interesting. It's not a piece of spider web on me.
Halloween's over.
We might still need to test down into this area, which is another 20% move. We'll do a price measurement right here. So I'm not convinced yet, and I'm not willing to take, which is another, 20, 25% move. We could go down here. So I'm not convinced yet. I really want to see a strong weekly candle, and this is not yet a strong weekly candle. That being said, I think this is definitely one to keep an eye on. Maybe even do an alert.
Yep.
Add an alert to horizontal line. Only once. Crossing. Just crossing it. Find the app. Open-ended. Yeah. Got to put that open-ended on it. Never know when it's going to happen. Pop up, notify. Yeah, I don't need more than that. Boom, easy peasy, guys. I don't even have to think about H-bar again.
Brilliant.
USDT pairing. Let's see what's on the agenda for. Maybe this will give us a better idea. Oof, that looks ugly. This weekly wick. So this kind of looks like we wicked up into this area of resistance right here. Port right here. Yeah, this is a valid level. It's kind of our trading range around the point of control. I think ultimately this is a pretty ugly chart in this spot, especially knowing what we do about the rest of the alts and the Bitcoin market. I mean, we already kind of look a little topped out here on. Well, this is the 2-day. I'm going to put the 3-day on. Yep, we're getting some toppiness here. 3 days, got a couple days left to close. Could still be retesting support, but ultimately, I don't see anything appealing about this chart yet. I'd much rather wait for some sort of bullish confirmation, which we don't have yet. So those are my thoughts.
All right, there you have it. Hope you. Who asked for the H bar? I don't recall, but moving on. Oh, Daniel. Thank you, Daniel, again for your request. Moving along quickly. I see a few comments in here. Caprica asks, what do you guys think of Ren? Not too sure about Ren. I'm not sure if that's a chart request or just general thoughts about Ren. I don't have many thoughts about Ren.
Short it.
You want to chart it? Okay, throw red on there. We'll chart it. We'll give you a complimentary. Oh, short it.
Yeah.
Yep, you heard it here, boys. Dump it.
Yeah, we could not make it back over. Resistance turned support, turned resistance. You guys can see very important support resistance level right here. Wick up into it, wick up into it, wick up into it, wick up into it. Failure. I mean, what more can you ask for? We need to come back down here and retest 1,200 sats on Ren Bitcoin, and on the Ren to USDT pairing. Ugh, look at that. That's ugly. Get out. The call is coming from inside of the house, guys. Get out. So yeah, I think this is a classic. I mean, if there's some place where you can short Ren, I say do it. Be sure to tip me afterwards. I take it at least down to this level. Most likely, we need to retest the previous all-time high, which we haven't. I mean, we kind of wicked down there before, but we haven't like really tested it as support. I think this is the most likely area right here.
Totally.
My gosh, I'm not. It could be anywhere in this area, but probably more like this. 6,500 sats makes sense. Boom. Yeah. So Ren super bearish in this spot. It's kind of look like we dumped all this volume up into resistance. Gonna break down further. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Ren. I would definitely be out.
Okay, well, there is your Ren recap. Moving along, Sebasto, sell XRP, question mark. I'm way down low. I was away. Sebasto, we did do the XRP analysis, I think, within the first 20 minutes of the show, so you might want to rewind about 40 minutes, and you'll get to our XRP analysis.
Yeah, I mean, if you're holding on to it, I definitely wouldn't dump it in this spot. I feel like you're probably selling a short-term bottom. It remains to be seen whether or not it's time to like sell it for the month and wait for it to cool down or something like that. I'm just not sure. I told the people I think it's going to trade sideways for a few days on high volatility. We'll see. But I don't. It already fell like 20-30%. I think you can at this point, don't sell the bottom. I just hold on.
Right, there you go. It's maybe very sage
wait
advice.
For a better spot. Yep. You may still end up wanting to dump it, but not here.
Yeah, maybe wait. Philip Carr asks, guys, how did the exchanges handle all the big volatility trading liquidity-wise? Was there any trips? So I guess circuit breakers getting tripped is what he meant. I heard Coinbase went down in the midst of this stuff.
Coinbase going down. ByBit had some. I know ByBit had some wiki malfunctions. We had several members who got stopped out of some very big trades that they shouldn't have been. ByBit customer service helped them out. I don't know that it wasn't money, it wasn't credit, but I guess it is what it is. Let's see. I presume BitMEX got overloaded. I didn't hear much about it because I don't trade on BitMEX anymore. BitMEX always gets overloaded. So, yeah, I heard that there were a few different services that were down, but crypto doesn't have circuit breakers in the way the stock market does. That's like a social function. It's like people are like, okay, let's turn off the machines. That doesn't happen in crypto.
Well done. Yeah, I think Coinbase went down. If anybody else noted any major exchange failures or anything like that, noted in the chat. That would be cool. Next, Tyler Dukacek asks, "Hey guys, is Justin okay?" Yeah, Justin, as far as I know, is okay. I think he's just taking a little bit of time off, guys. I think he's had a lot going on this year and this season, so I think he's just kind of stepped away. Alex, do you have any 2 cents on this topic?
That I all I know is that Justin is okay. For whatever reason, Justin's decided to take a sabbatical, and he hasn't really filled us in on why. So we're kind of trying to adjust to that fact right now, and hope he returns sooner rather than later. But for right now, we're just gonna persevere and keep taking good care of our members like we do.
Yep, exactly. Much thanks to everybody who understands and sticks with us. In the meantime, we are trying to cover everyone in his absence. We are doing our best, guys. But yes, as far as we know, Justin's fine. He's just taking some time off, and this is why you have a team and you have a community of understanding people and loyal audience and all that. So we thank you again from the bottom of our hearts, everyone. So much thanks to Tyler Dukacek checking in on Justin. Everything's good, guys. As soon as we can have him back, we will have him on the show at the helm as usual. Believe it, guys, we will be there again soon. Molia76 asks for, can you check out the BCH USDT pair? Yeah, let's take a look at BCH. I heard that got routed as bad as everything else, I think, in this dump.
Sure thing. Yeah. This is similar to a lot of the charts that we've been looking at. This is a big wick up into resistance, and currently a big fuck you weekly candle. There's potential that we could get some support off of the point of control. This is just like a final retest of this area. We'll find that out if Bitcoin, if not Bitcoin, if Bitcoin Cash moves up. It could retest some resistance here, but it does look like that's it. Let's look at the 3-day too. Yeah, see, you can see the liquidity that we tapped all the way back here. Now, right now we're about to print a pretty major bearish divergence on the 3-day. Well, in a couple of days. There's just not a lot to recommend this chart to us right now. Let's look at the BCH. Let's look at the Bitcoin pairing. Jesus. We retested the previous high as resistance, and we're back under the little bit of support that we have in this area. Currently, I think the daily looks pretty bad for BCH. 3-day, wick up into resistance. Weekly, trapped under resistance. That weekly candle is ugly. If we close this weekly candle like this at all, just kiss your ass goodbye. BCH is going to keep going down right here. Yeah, I guess the market has spoken about BCH. You don't get to have an alt season.
My condolences to the BCH people in the crowd.
Oh, poor Roger.
All right, what's next? Yeah, I saw Nem on there. You want to take a look at Nem real quick?
I haven't taken a look at Nem in a hot minute.
Yeah, some old coins come out of the woodwork. We had H-bar today. Now we're looking at M.
Nem's had a fantastic week. It might be too late for us. This also feels like very hard rejection from support turned resistance. I think it's important to see if we get a continuation on this weekly candle. If we close up like this, and we close above this resistance level, there's a potential the weekly can keep going. We can ride it. We've got like a decent reversal signal here on time transformation. But with us closing under, if we close anywhere underneath there, here at all, then it was a fuck you candle, and got to get out. So let's look at the USDT pairing. Nope, still wrong. Wait, this is hit BTC. There we go. Well, that's not very helpful. Okay, you know what? This makes a lot of sense. NEM had a Binance listing pump for its USDT pairing. That's why this chart is so new. Interesting. So before it just had a hit BTC, Huobi OKX and stuff, USDT pairings. Yeah, I think this might have just been a Binance listing pump. All the more reason this should probably be faded. Fading breakout is when you short a breakout rather than long a breakout. You think this is not going to keep breaking out. Let's face it, normally, price doesn't keep breaking out. Didn't keep breaking out, didn't keep breaking out. Did. So I think we did not get a breakout here. I think we might, once we close back down here, it's going to be rough looking on the USDT pairing. There is a chance we can find support in this spot, right around 800 right here. It's last hope. Yeah, that's the only thing here for NEM. It's not bad, but it's I'm not sold on it yet.
Well then, there you have it. That would be the NEM request. I don't recall who that came from. There's a lot of scrolling on the chat. Oh, here we go. It was from Shit Happens, Shift. My mistake. Shift Happens, one of our supporters. I forget what this is called. This is one of the YouTube supporters. He's got the special status. Yep. So much thanks to Shift Happens. And let me take a look at the next request, guys. In fact, actually, maybe before I go in there, there's a little something I wanted to do in the background, and that was start this playlist. I just want to, I'm not here. Let me just quickly press
Hopefully
play here.
Hopefully we don't get shadow banned for having music playing in the background.
No, this is EpidemicSound, and I'm pretty sure we have an account with them.
Does YouTube check that sort of thing, or do they just indiscriminately ban people the moment they think something's wrong?
No, again, I think what happens is that they have the ability to file copyright claims against the channel, but because our channel is registered with EpidemicSound, we have a subscription with them, we don't have any issues. The only thing is I'm not logged in under our company thing, so I mean it should not really make a difference because again the channel itself is registered to use them. I'm just not sure if my account with them is gonna like expire and say your trial's over, your subscription's over, so I'm not too sure, but for the time being I have a little bit of music playing, guys, and this should maybe fill in some gaps. And let me know if everybody's happy with the volume and maybe the music selection. I will have to like browse the EpidemicSound library, guys, and maybe build a playlist for the show. But for the time being, we got a little bit of noise in the background to keep everybody occupied during the course of the gaps. But moving along, guys. That remains successful, and I'm going to go on to the next request here, and then we're going to slowly move our way to the end of the show. So thank you everybody standing in here. Leopold Paradoxical says OKEX allowing withdrawals again. Anybody completed theirs yet? Yeah, I heard that OKEX after a month's hiatus has resumed withdrawals. So let us know if you're on OKEX, guys, and if your withdrawals are working again. That must have been a scary month for any OKEX users with bags on the platform.
Actually, OKEX, they paid out a bunch of money to everybody who kept trading on their platform while they were unable to withdraw, like up to like $10,000, depending on what your trading volume was during that time period. So yeah, OKEX, trying to reward their loyal customers. I would still be scared off were it me, but I'm not an OKEX customer, so it's not really my business.
All right. Okay, let's get the last few requests in here. Mr. Ether is asking for DGD USDT, please.
All right, Digibyte.
Mm.
DGD? No. Did it say DGD or DGB?
DGD, so that would be
DigixDAO.
DigixDAO, yeah.
Where am I supposed to chart this crap? Is this a Uniswap shitcoin?
It could be on the ChartX themers.
What is this crap? All right, let's take out CoinTrader. Charts.cointrader.pro. This is my last resort for charting things. They just basically take any data and make it into a chart. There we go. What is this chart telling us? Okay. We know we have a trend break here, obviously. In this spot. Resistance, support. What's the line we were just looking at? There's potential here for a bounce on DigixDAO. Let's look at the Bitcoin pairing. Yeah. So resistance, support. Getting a 4-hour confirmation signal here. Support here. Let's take off log. That looks like a linear trend. I like this to retest 0.7 of a cent. I think I'd like to take it back up to here. Failure to make a new high, and then return to retest this area right here. Potentially. But for right now, I do think I like this in this spot. I would not... If you took this here with like a tight stop, or maybe like a tight stop down here, just in case, that would make sense to me as a trade. I think it's got a high probability of completing. Well, that being said, what's the measured move take us to? Let's take a look. Dang it. Perfect. That's where I was already targeting. I was targeting these highs right here. All right, guys. So I think we've got good confluence between between looking at where resistance is and our pattern completion measurements. So those of you who are maybe new to trading, oftentimes you can get a sense of how far price will move after exiting a pattern by measuring its top to bottom movement within the pattern itself, if that makes sense. If you want to read more about it, look up the Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns. I'll let you do all that. Trust me, called, measured move. So yeah, I like this in the spot. What's next?
All right, Mr. Ether, glad we got the DigiDAO. Gonna have to look into that project. Mr. Ether is usually on the inside track of all sorts of wild, speculative, and up-and-coming Ethereum projects. Let me just quickly review a few of the comments. I saw something interesting up here. Let me scroll a little bit. Philip Carr says, I've been working on the USDT charts today. I'm all over USDT trends and exceptional volatility and the impact of arbitration on exchanges. Very well done, Mr. Philip Carr. Godspeed to you, sir. I hope you make the most out of your USDT trades today. Philip also says, Alex is the guy in the zone with the reins in expert hands. Indeed, when we pass the CC reins to Alex for all this expert analysis, it does feel like it's in good hands on these charts and setups. As Philip Carr says, we're in a lockdown in England. My condolences to everybody in the UK and these lockdowns. Everybody, stay. So I hope everybody stays in high spirits and everything is good. Philip says, thank you for your BCH analysis. Smiles J asks for VeChain. We were talking VeChain up and down yesterday in the in that kind of mentorship session we got yesterday. Shoutouts, by the way, to Alex again. He did take the community through a like I said, mentorship session in the Discord, and he did a great job. And we talked VeChain yesterday, so maybe it's time to do a little VeChain follow-up.
Let's take a look. By the way, guys, I think there's an interesting gold long in this spot. Most likely will come back up to retest support turned resistance here on gold. So we don't have a signal yet, but just from the way that price kind of moves, that's most likely what's going to happen. Trade will sideways up, and then one more push down to whatever price Zhao is going to land on. Then some accumulation, and then probably finish up the bull run on gold, because this train's not stopping. This is just it's pulling over to the station for gold. Same for Bitcoin. So what were we just gonna look at? I'm sorry, I got distracted by the chart.
Yeah, no problem. I believe we were about to look at VeChain for. Who was asking for VeChain? T-Dub? Somebody was asking for VeChain. Let's look at VeChain, guys.
So VeChain, we had a really nice weekly signal last week. This week we've had kind of a pullback to retest resistance here as support. I like this for a continuation. As you can see, we've had a very long-term trend break in this spot. So for weeks and weeks since July, that has trended downwards at a pretty steady clip on reducing volatility, and now we have broken that trend. We've got increasing volatility. We've got price coming out of the downward trend stride. So I really like this for a continuation. Probably back up to this area right here. If we do a measured move on this pattern, we can see what the predicted measured in is. Let's do it from here. I kind of don't like to take it from wick to wick. Most likely that's probably won't fully complete if you do that. Essentially, this will take us back up to, yep, so perfect. This is, so if we draw out this line right here, support, support, resistance, and then most likely we'll get resistance again here in this spot, right at the pitchfork median, which is where price wants to return to. For those of you who don't know what Andrew's pitchforks are, I advise you to Google it. It's a very useful tool for dynamic support and resistance lines and a trend. But I like VET here against Bitcoin. Let's look at the USDT pairing. Kind of ugly. So it's the log trend. What's the linear trend like here? Yeah, basically we wicked up into resistance right here. We're retesting this area as support. I imagine we'll probably trade sideways a little bit. And then I think the USDT pairing will break down because of a Bitcoin breaking down in this spot. We might see VET appreciate against Bitcoin while the overall USDT value of both decreases. Yeah. Until we can kind of break above this entire area of resistance right here, I wouldn't really want to long the USDT pairing. Although I probably look for where's the baseline at for us right now. You know, there's a good chance that we can get a bounce in this area right here. We've got support here, resistance here, support and the baseline right here. I think most likely we'll get a move up. Okay, if we get a move up here, if we get a reaction on this, then I say go for it. We'll most likely get a breakout on VET because of that measured move that we were talking about on Bitcoin. But if it looks like we're going to close under this daily baseline at all, get out. Just get out. Yeah, I think that's really all I have to say on it. I think there's potential here, but we really got to be careful because of Bitcoin being below the baseline.
Speaking of Get Out, have you ever seen that movie?
I've not seen it yet. I keep meaning to see it.
Yeah, maybe we need to do like a
movie issues.
Maybe we need to do like a parody or a spoof, you know, where like it's like a trader stuck in that position.
Yeah.
And he's at a. I mean, you haven't seen the movie, so I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, Get Out. If you guys haven't seen it, if you're looking for a little Wednesday or Thanksgiving flick to watch this weekend with the family, Get Out might be that cool, suspenseful. I'm not sure if it's quite a horror movie, but it's a bit of a suspenseful type adventure. It's a good one. Check it out. If you haven't seen Get Out just yet, all this talking of Get Out has reminded me though. Common Man Crypto says Bitcoin is going to pull back to 8,600 by the end of the winter, so buy the dip. And who was it here that Caprica concurred, says back the truck up at 8.6k. Guys, I'm sure everybody here would be backing up the truck if we dip below 10k again. Will we ever get to 8.6k, guys? I don't know, but as the Hyperwave Z supercycle comment mentioned earlier, yeah, maybe 1k supercycle is ahead of us. So you dip buyers will get your opportunity potentially. Leopold the Paradoxical says, I think he's referring to OKEX, is offering savings on fees if you kept your assets on their site. So I think that's what they're compensating people with. Wok Chewy, who are you guys trying to seduce with this music? Yeah, I changed the playlist up a little bit. I felt the other one was a little too high energy, so we're
Trying to
gonna.
seduce you, buddy. Is it working?
Yeah, look, is it working, buddy? Should be.
Yeah.
Try to keep it casual here, so I turned
Yeah.
the energy levels down on the
I should
streamer.
grab my makeout mix. Do that.
How romantic. How romantic. T-Dub says Coinbase is the Napster of crypto. Crypto Caveman says smash the like button. Yes, excellent reminder. If you guys are watching this stream right now and you haven't hit the like button, be sure to hit the like button and deposit one more of your requests, guys, because we are slowly heading toward the exits. We've been streaming for an hour and a half, so we got maybe 30 minutes left, max, maybe 15, to get through to the last few charts. So if I did not pick up on your requests yet, please do remind me. I will get to them now. Mike D's Fitness Journey says, how about Litecoin? Let's take a look at Litecoin.
I haven't looked at that today. You're right. Good eye, man. Let's look at the Bitcoin pairing right now. That is rough. We broke back down into this pattern. Let's look at this on the weekly. Ouch. That's a really ugly weekly candle, guys. Right now we're retesting the lows, but the weekly could still close up like this. We could even close back up here on the weekly. Litecoin moved up very quickly that way. So if Litecoin moves up just another however many percents, we could end up recovering here. But at this point in time, I probably wouldn't long the Bitcoin pairing just because it looks so rough on the weekly and the 3-day. We'll look at the. Yeah, see, we gotta get look at that. Wick up into the point of control on the 3-day, then close back down below it, then further downside, and then are we gonna close below the 3-day baseline? It's kind of rough looking. Let's look at the USDT pairing. That's a pretty strong sell signal. Right now we're retesting resistance turn support. So resistance in this spot, support in this spot, resistance there, support here. Most likely we're going to bounce off of this spot. We're going to find support here. That would be good. You can see our we've got a 3-day trend here. Actually, 3-day trend is more like that. We can easily get a bounce off of for a continuation. So this doesn't have to be. See, the problem is this 3-day doji on Litecoin USDT that closed yesterday, and then we broke down from it. I think ultimately we'll probably trade up a little bit because this is such a down day and we have so much support here historically. But until we get a real breakout against $82, because you see we just got rejected from it, then I would be leery about taking Litecoin on a moon mission. You know what I mean? Okay. I think that's all I have to say about it.
All right. Well, I hope that covered the Litecoin request. Shout outs to, I think that was T-Dub that asked for it, although T-Dub is saying that he shorted Litecoin and where to buy Ethereum now. Well, I think to buy Ethereum, you're going to need to rewind to maybe the first 15 minutes of the show, T-Dub. Alex did get into the Ethereum analysis there.
No, it's probably the same price it is now.
Mr. Kobayashi says there's a
I think this is a good place to buy Ethereum.
You buy now.
Right below $500, yeah.
Buy. Mr. Kobayashi says $9,000, 666 USD CME gap has got to get filled. You will never win against the CME gap, says Kobayashi. It's almost like a law. It's a law of the universe. It's almost like gravity. It cannot be escaped.
Well, right now the entire stock market is made up of gaps. There's like 18,000 unfilled gaps on the stock market. There's a lot of gaps out there needing fill.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see it happen this winter. You guys know how bearish I've been, but what can I say? That's how you guys know Bitcoin is topped out. Bears have capitulated. I longed something, and here we are under the baseline. And but yeah, I do think now's the time to start looking to be exiting markets of all sorts of different kinds. With the holidays coming up, take some profits, buy your kids some toys, and sit back, because it's going to be a long COVID winter.
Indeed, and in that vein, Adrian Headley asks, my question is, if Bitcoin starts correcting like it did today, should I also exit all my altcoin positions as well? Question mark. So Adrian asking if Bitcoin keeps correcting, does that mean trouble for altcoins, and should he get out of alts right now? This is a 20%, big red 20% mostly across the board down day for alts, so I can understand Adrian feeling a little itchy, maybe wanting to get out. How do you think, Alex, you should handle that?
I would not exit here after this huge down day. After a day like this, price tends to wander upwards, or late shorters are suckered into thinking that now's the time to short. That's the same as selling the bottom, only it's like even more painful when you short the bottom. So it may be time to get out of alts, but today is not the day to do it, and today is also not necessarily all the confirmation we need to be able to say that, if that makes sense. We had a rough day on Bitcoin, and the alts followed, but the alts could continue onwards for a few weeks while Bitcoin trades sideways and distributes up in the 7 to 18k trading range before they all dump in like mid to late December or something like that. So timing is incredibly important in the markets. Market timing is notoriously difficult. That is why I did not buy a bunch of Bitcoin at 10k like I should have. I timed it wrong. I was too bearish. So you'll wanna be careful of that. But that being said, we're just gonna take it one day at a time, and hopefully we'll know within the next week or so if it's just gonna be an alt season or if it's just time to send everything to USDT and just sit on our hands for a couple months.
Alright, Mr. Ether says, I analyzed that gap. I'll post in the Discord again later. It will not get any more filled. So according to Mr. Ether, that CME gap in the 96 range, it's as filled as it will ever get. So, Mr. Kobayashi, if you would like something to reference for this claim, I suggest you check out our Discord.
10k again. It's never gonna be.
Yeah, check out Mr. Ether's thoughts on this CME gap business in the Discord, discord.krakencryptocurrency.com, Mr. Kobayashi, if you're not already part of the Discord community. Lots of cool people to interact with in our Discord. Alright, we're kind of getting toward the close. I'm just scrolling up here, seeing if I missed any requests. Guys, if you think I haven't really hit your request, please drop it in the chat now. I've got room to do a couple more tickers here, but this is it. We've kind of, I think, covered everything. My apologies if I did scroll past one of your requests or comments, guys. I can't get to them all, but now is a good time to copy and paste your previous request into the chat. I'm currently ready to take the next one. Philip Carr says gold ate Bitcoin today, and so did copper. Check metals charts to Bitcoin and Ethereum. Maybe we could do a quick metals analysis, Alex.
Okay. They're just not super exciting. They did not have giant moves. Palladium's up 1%. I think Palladium's good here for continuation. You just saw. Lower time frames look strong. Hourly strong. Daily, as you can see, we tried to break support right here and just couldn't. We tried once, twice, 3, 4 times, and we retest the point of control of support right here. Take off support. I think Palladium's really good here for continuation. Phil, I know you were talking about that a little earlier. The 3-day is really strong too. Even though we're below the baseline right now, as you can see the resistance turn support in this spot. And it looks like we're going to be getting a 3-day cross up above zero here. That's not going to close for, that'll close in 2 hours. So that's probably going to be a valid signal real soon here. Gold, I mentioned earlier, we'll probably get a reaction off of 1800 here and retest resistance and support. I think there's a scalp long on the table, but ultimately I want to take gold down into the 1600s, 1700s. And silver hasn't dropped yet, and it hasn't gone up. It's just kind of trading sideways. So there's really nothing to report on silver either. Platinum still kind of threatening to break out here. We've got a trend break as shown. This looks like a solid 3-day signal we've got right here. As you can see, we stay above the baseline. We break the trend. We'll probably retest this point of control one more time. But I would imagine Platinum gets a continuation right here, at least up to maybe $1,000 and retests the previous high over here. What do you want to look at?
All right. Well, thank you for the medals. And finally, Mac W. I think I saw this earlier and I missed it. Sorry, Mac. But thank you for repeating your request. And this one's going to be for Maker. So can we take a look at Maker?
Last time I looked at Maker, it looked like dog crap. Let's look again. Oh, it's MKR. Duh. Looks pretty rough. It's a huge fuck you 3-day candle. Right up into resistance, as you can see. Probably get a daily cross under here. We'd have to get pretty strong support today. And then there's a chance we get a continuation. This is just a retest of it. But it's certainly good in this spot. And I wouldn't catch this knife in expectation for continuation, especially because all Maker has done all alt season is trade sideways, basically. Compared to the other alts especially. Let's look at Maker Bitcoin. Well, obviously, it's traded down against Bitcoin since it's pumped, but here we go. This is a lot of sideways trading, and now that you can see the full US dollar chart, doesn't this look like crap here? Yeah. Resistance here, resistance there. Resistance, resistance, resistance. So much resistance above us. No signs of strength. Would you long this weekly? I wouldn't long this weekly. I think you should stay out of Maker. I think if you could short Maker, it'd probably be to your benefit. Let's see. Yeah, just there's, all signs point to get out of Maker. What's next?
All right, we have another get out type
Just get out.
scenario here. Smiles J points out that Kusama is doing pretty good against Bitcoin today. Kusama. Maybe throw up the Kusama BTC chart real quick because we are closing in on our last few requests.
Oofta. It's a beautiful chart. At resistance right now, I wouldn't buy it here. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. The Bitcoin pairing, rather. Oh, you're right. This is pretty beautiful. Nice trend break, retest, continuation. The Bitcoin pairing does look like it's time to buy this spot, doesn't it? Even, it's one of the few alts that had an up day while everybody else had a down day with Bitcoin, right? But not Kusama. That's very interesting. Instead, we have a breakout today against Bitcoin. So this is very interesting. Let's look at the USDT pairing again, now that we have that knowledge. What do we see here? Resistance support. Resistance. I feel like we're in a trading range here. So what's this look like on lower time frames? There's a lot of volume in this area that's still being filled out. I'm not really sure what's happening in this spot. We do have a nice reaction off of support here. I would be careful about taking continuation. If we close above this previous close, I would take that. I would take that long in a heartbeat. But we could get a pullback here, just over a couple days, maybe even trade sideways and then get the breakout. So I wouldn't buy resistance. That's my thought. But you're right. It's a beautiful chart. The Bitcoin pairing is really interesting. DOT also, the two Ethereum killers. DOT had a great week. Most likely just retesting support here, I would imagine. That'd be... yeah. What's next?
All right, thank you for the Kusama and DOT analysis, Alex. This does remind me, this might be my last chance to get my DOT allocation in my portfolio. This could be a spot to pick some up. Mac W says, thank you guys. Smiles J, also thank yous. And Kusama's doing, yep, okay, we covered that. And okay guys, this is it. This will likely be the final request. T-Dub asking for CRO USDT, please. What's Crypto.com up to? What's
it? Bastard. Are you still staring at CRO? Okay, let's do it. I take pity upon you. Let us look at CRO. Ouch. Ouch, ouch. Big fuck you from CRO. Big surprise. See, guys, I was super leery of picking it up in this spot. This did end up being a solid buy signal right here. But we didn't even make it up to 10 cents. It's a 25% move on the table here. If you took profit, fantastic. But I know most people threw it into staking, and they are immediately screwed a couple days later. So kind of par for the course for CRO if you've been following along with the tales of their exploits. I wouldn't knife catch this spot, especially since, all this has been going on. If we could close the week back above this level, then great. Maybe that would be a sign that you could take it for a continuation. But right now, I would we're under daily support right now. I'm not interested in picking that up. Yeah.
All right. Well, what more is there to say? T-Dub, thank you for the CRO request. Smiles J says, you guys talked about CRO doing this like 3 weeks ago. Yeah, we did, actually. I think Alex did kind of chart out this potential turn of events, and it came and went more or less how Alex kind of predicted.
Yeah, I didn't know it would turn around and screw everyone over so quickly, but I did predict it would turn around and screw everyone over.
Yes, indeed. With CRO, I guess that's not too hard to call. T-Dub says, I caught and bought CRO, but sold it 2 days ago. Well done, T-Dub. Hopefully that trade
nice.
you well.
Congrats, man. That's how you do it.
That is how it's done, boys. Smiles J, it saved me a card upgrade at a loss. Okay. Let's see here. So I guess saved me a card upgrade at a loss. Okay, so you got your card upgrade without the loss, I'm assuming is what this statement means. Well, congratulations, Smiles J. I too upgraded my card this season. I can't wait because MCO announced that, or CDC, whatever you want to call it, announced that the CRO card is finally coming to my region. I'm gonna get it probably within a month or two, hopefully at this point. So I've been waiting. My card's coming. Yay me! Just in time for holiday season, or maybe just a little late, but we'll find out. Hopefully, if Asiro, if you're listening, get me my card. Move my name to the top of my region list, guys. I want my card fulfilled. But maybe do Payday first. He was waiting longer. Shoutouts to Payday. I'm enjoying 3% on all my gift shopping, says T-Dub. Yeah, get your cash back, homie. Get your crypto rewards like a good consumer.
I'm not going to click your referral link, T-Dub. Quit asking.
Indeed. Indeed. No, well, the live chat is a good place to shill your bags and your referral links, boys. So do what you must. Do what you must. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I think I covered all the questions and all the requests. Thank you to everybody here. We still have 60 plus watching, and we crested over 50 likes. Okay, so blessings
Thank you
to
all.
everybody.
I guess everybody's really bored, trying to get away from their families on Thanksgiving. Glad I could help.
Yeah, it's been great. It really has been. And Mike W says Jason needs to do a weather report. Yeah, you know what, Jason I think is enjoying his Thanksgiving week. I think he's in Chicago this week, so you know, doing family and Thanksgiving and stuff. So Jason's away, but he does send his best to the community. T-Dub says you can get 5% back on gift cards if you buy in the app. Yeah, I heard that too, which is good. I might have to do that too. That's an extra 5% bonus on the table. So get your Best Buy and your Amazon gift cards via crypto.com and get your 5%. And Smiles J referrals pay good this year. And Mr. Ether, yeah, Mr. Ether asked us this earlier, so maybe this is a good spot to wrap the show. Will be on this Mr. Ether request, which is, what are we thankful for this year? Alex, maybe I'll start with you, and everybody else in the live chat, if you want to drop a quick you know, your response to this one. I will read it out, which is the reminder: thankful for what this Thanksgiving? What are you thankful for, guys? So Alex, you tell us what you're thankful for. Live chat, you drop it in the chat. Alex, thankful?
Let's see. Well, trading wise, I had a good trading year. Thankful for that. Nice change of pace. I'm thankful to be on the other coast now with my family. I'm thankful that you know, most of my friends and family are all gainfully employed. You know, no one is on the verge of starving. I know, unfortunately, there are lots of people out there today who are having to stop by the food bank or otherwise get assistance to, you know, be able to have a holiday meal with their family. It's unfortunate that is the case here in America, but it is.
Indeed, I'm sure it's a difficult year.
You, Jack?
Yeah, I'm sure it's been a difficult year for many, so my condolences out there to everyone struggling. You know, this is Thanksgiving, so I do hope you're spending it with your family, and you know, you're doing okay despite the many challenges that 2020 has presented to everyone. As for me, what am I personally grateful for? Well, I have a wonderful family. I have a, you know, happy home. It's been a good trading year, I suppose. You know, I've been with CC for about a year now, so it's been a solid year plus working with the team and everybody here and kind of getting to know the community and involved. So I'm really thankful for, I guess, getting to know the community and getting a shot at kind of contributing to what we do here. I guess one of the major thankful, aspects is, you know, we've kind of been dwindling in this bear market. In 2019, we had this pop up to 14K, and we thought we were finally going to strike and do what we're doing now for that 20K all-time high range, and yet it never came. And then, you know, then we dipped down. We had the March meltdown that took us all the way down to 3K. So I guess one of the main things I'm thankful for, obviously, health and family, and you know, avoiding obviously the worst of COVID and all that is top of mind. But at the same time, what can I say? I'm a little petty. My mind is on the portfolio, and I'm happy to see that you know, the crypto portfolio is looking very, very solid at this point in the year. Like I said, scraping off of those 3K, 4K bottoms just a few months ago. It's hard to believe here we are. Well, except today we're down 20%, but let's just say within striking distance of all-time highs, this is a good thing. How could we not be happy? And hell, man, even this downturn, maybe this is a silver lining. This is another buying opportunity, maybe closer to 10K by the time it's done. Let's see here. T-Dub says, Jack had that shit wrote down. No, I really didn't. Mr. Ether put us on the spot, so Alex and I had to just improvise our what we're grateful for. Indeed, this is one of them. And of course, guys like T-Dub and Philip Carr and Agency, Smiles J, Mr. Ether, Crypto Caveman, and many, many more probably not listening here.
I'm thankful for our viewers.
Yeah,
thanks.
Totally.
Thanks for making it so I don't sit here and talk to myself for an hour and a half. That would be really rough. I don't know how Justin started the show just doing it with no one watching. I couldn't do it. I'm so thankful for you guys being here, interacting with us. Otherwise, I feel like I'm just like talking out into the void.
Yeah, totally. If it wasn't for the audience and the loyal people that we have here, probably be harder to do this, right? We have a relatively small community. We're not probably the biggest crypto channel out there, but we do have this kind of passion for the TA. We have like a certain kind of subset of the crowd, of the crypto crowd here, and I do consider you guys to be kind of cut above the average. The average dog in this game. Our community stands out, I think, as kind of intelligent and just has their wits about them. Okay, this crypto space is a shark pool, and I'm glad to see that we have intelligent and aware people, and people who are willing to at least learn. We don't have just grifters coming through here just looking for a quick payday. People are here genuinely interested in learning and kind of share a passion for this, and we just got like a really warm and happy family to be with here. And Crypto Caveman just sent in a $5 super chat. Thank you so much to Crypto Caveman. Your super chat really appreciated right now. I do thank you, Mr. Caveman. And T-Dub says, I did get the 19 worst flu I've had for sure. It made me appreciate lots more in life, especially time together. Yep. Well, T-Dub, I'm glad you got over this horrible flu going around this year, and indeed, this gives you time to reflect and appreciate the good things in life. I do know that things could be tricky coming up. This COVID thing, I don't think we're in the clear yet. Supply chains could be in trouble in the future. So every delicious meal we have at home, every night spent on a warm and comfortable brand new mattress is just it's something I'm thankful for every day, because you just don't know the world, the state that it's in. You just don't know where we're gonna be in come 2021 or what have you. So life is good. Count your blessings, guys. This really is we're living through unprecedented times. So if anybody's ever feeling, if you're feeling down, whether it's a loss or whether it's a trading loss or a personal loss, or you're just lonely on Thanksgiving, hit us up in the Discord, guys. We got a warm, wonderful community. And if this holiday season you're not feeling good, you got the case of the blues, guys, hit us up in the Discord. You want to DM me personally, I'm always here. I'm always responding to members' DMs. If you need to pick me up, you need a little support, if you're underwater like 35% drawdown and you're tearing your hair out, DM one of us, come talk in the members lounge. I'm sure people will talk you down from hitting the cider or the eggnog too hard this holiday season. T-Dub asks, and this will probably be one of the final aspects of our show today. We're approaching 2 o'clock Central, so we've been going about 2 hours. Thank you to Alex, who persevered through today's show. Amazing analysis as always. It is a Thursday, guys, so we will be back for a Friday show. Alex, I haven't really actually discussed tomorrow's schedule with you. Are you busy tomorrow? Any extended Thanksgiving plans, or do you think we'll be ripe for doing a show tomorrow?
I can do a show tomorrow, no problem.
All right, guys, you heard it here. We are certainly returning for a regularly scheduled show tomorrow on Friday. We're going to get into the charts.
Semi-regularly scheduled.
Yeah, semi-regularly scheduled. Sorry, we kind of missed a few gaps. I know we strive for the gold status of 5 days a week minimum, but we don't always reach it. But, we got you covered in other ways, like our premium analysis available every day with our premium group. But yes, one of the final comments here I am going to look at, and that's T-Dub asking, what's everyone's all-time high guess for 2020 Bitcoin only? So I guess this presumes we will hit it.
Like, we just had the all-time high. What's the price? For 2020.
For 2020.
For 2020.
According to Alex, for 2020, we might have flirted with the highs for 2020. But, don't let that get you down. I know if you were hoping for
19.5.
If you're, 19.5. Yeah, with any luck, maybe you'll springboard here and hit 19.5 before the end of the year. Maybe, everyone's kind of counting on
tag one more high. If obviously people are going to short, they're going to put their short on the other side of this high. Let's tag the other side of it. Stop them out. That'll be the all-time high for this year.
That would be cool. And I did pick up, like I said earlier in the show, I kind of marketed into a long at this bottom here. We're currently at 16,591.
Look at this, guys. Yeah, he bought the bottom right here. I told him. Told you guys too.
He did too.
During the show. You're already up. You're already up.
I'm gonna hop into my browser real quick. I'll show you guys my ByBit. Indeed. So you see I entered right here at 16,583. No, 16,520 is my current entry. And I'm up a couple bucks right now, guys. I am currently, you can see I have a take profit, currently targeting around 18K. Once I'm done the stream, I'll probably come in here and adjust my stop losses and take profits. But at the time being, targeting that 18K retest. So if any luck, we'll have a nice little intraday move here that could very well get this trade closed out. Again, thanks to Alex for poking me in this direction. Hopefully this will be a good move. Okay, I think
this is not financial advice.
Definitely not, but
past performance does not dictate future results.
I need a little Thanksgiving trade, so this is what I have on my plate for today. So that's my little ByBit trade for today. If we're back on the stream tomorrow, maybe we'll be updating you guys on my ByBit trade. But that's what we're looking at today. That kind of covers today's show. Let me just switch scenes here real quick. Back into this we go. Last few comments are getting reviewed, and then we're gonna head toward the exit. Once again, blessings to everybody. Thank you again, all. I see a few. Like I said, T-Dub did ask everyone in the chat, and this goes up to everybody, what's everyone's all-time high guess for 2020? Alex replied he might see another 19-ish. And MacW says 23.5. So indeed, there are a few bullish hopefuls out there who want to see us break all-time highs even this year. And guys, we did hit 18 plus in November. December may be a pullback, but maybe December is where the magic happens. So I'm hoping for kind of like an early Christmas gift in the form of new all-time highs, 2020, maybe 24K. Across Canada says, did you guys say this is financial advice? No, this is not actual financial advice. Please consult a professional. We're just here kind of lamenting. So that kind of covers it. Alex, any final thoughts before I move to the exits?
No, I think I've said everything. Well, you know what? There was a couple Forex charts that I thought were interesting. I'll show you guys because some of you may want to take positions out. So the Swissy yen has made a decision, I believe. We are breaking up. So the Swissy has been very strong today. We're getting this confirmed 3-day bullish divergence. On lower time frames, you will see we're breaking out. We're slowly trading sideways out of it right up here. And on the daily, as you can see, we'll be closing above the baseline today, still within the qualifying line. Fisher above 0. We're crossed up. We're yes, on lower time frames. We're outside of the trend line, and I really don't want to take out WADA TAR exposure right now because it's going to take a minute, but we've got the volatility too. So I like this. I'm taking it long with a really tight stop, back down here. We really shouldn't be closing back down here. We're still long the Aussie versus the dollar in this spot because, as I mentioned earlier, the Dixie is just looking so rough right now in this spot. Underneath resistance, testing our lows right now. If this breaks back up here, I'll probably exit our Aussie dollar long. But until that time, I think that's still our best bet. Let's see any other really interesting charts here. If the USD reverses, I think taking it versus the Chinese yuan would be in this case. Whoops, I'm going to turn this on. See, look how rough the USD looks. And the USD looks especially rough against the Swissy because the Swissy is very strong right now. So that's one of the reasons why we want to take the Swissy against the JPY in this spot, because the Japanese index, as we've been looking at, is facing heavy resistance in this area. So historically speaking, this area is resistance. So I'm kind of expecting that we're going to reverse here on the Japanese yen because the Japanese yen is it's attached and we're below the daily baseline because the Japanese yen is attached to an economy that doesn't have a lot of growth. I'm not going to go into the Japanese economy. I'm sure you guys can do research on your own. Euro's strong right now. It's recovering from being kind of oversold against the British pound. We haven't broken out of this chart pattern yet. I'm still in an hourly long that I secured all the way back here. I might exit it up here. It's kind of I haven't yet broken this trend, but it's not looking so hot. I was really hoping to take this for a breakout, but I might not get it. Canadian dollar weak. Most likely going to be getting I think at the end of today we'll probably get a sell signal against the Swissy because once again the Swissy is looking strong right now. Aussie dollar against the Swissy. Kind of putting in a bearish divergence right here. Swissy looking strong again. New Zealand dollar continues being strong against everything, as I predicted months ago. Yeah, I think that's really all to say about Forex. This is last thing I want to finish up on, guys, because I know I hadn't covered it. That's it. That's every market. That's every market in the world. But I think that's the broad majority.
All right, nicely played. You managed to squeeze in a little bonus Forex analysis right at the end. Here I was about to hit the exit button, and Alex comes through with a last-second analysis of the FX markets. How about that? But, guys, I think that about covers it. T-Dub says, thank you for another great show. No, thank you to the audience for joining us for another great show. Alright, that's it, guys. Thank you so much to everybody who joined us. Alex, we're going to give you an opportunity to get back to your family, to the kitchen, handle your turkey business, whatever you got to do, my friend. And okay, I'm good. I've covered everything here. All my check marks are here. Well done. All high fives all around, I suppose. Everyone else enjoy the rest of their Thursday. You know where to find us. We will be back on a Friday for our usual analysis. Alex, final words.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Cheers, guys. You heard it here. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Thanks again. Breaking Bitcoin will be back tomorrow for Friday. Cheers, everyone.
Goodbye.